What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, man. Today we're gonna be going to the pet store and getting a new gecko. I have 3 geckos so far in here in my room. As you can see in this little tank here that I have 3 geckos. They're all common house geckos, or I think, if I'm not correctly sure of what I think I have two common house geckos and 1 Mediterranean gecko. But I mean, either way, they're still pretty similar species. So I have all of them inside here. You might ask, why do you have 3 geckos in 1 small box? The reason why is because they're still babies, so they're like not even an inch long, you know? So they're, getting used to each other still. I'm guessing they're all females because they haven't fought. They get along together. They get along very well, so I'm guessing that they are not any, they're not males, because, males start to fight and, because they're territorial. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go get a new gecko today, but this gecko is gonna be a little different though, because we're gonna get a leopard gecko. These geckos are like amazingly cheap. You can get them for like a really good price, and you won't even waste like more than $100 on a gecko, to like start setting up the gecko and to buy whatever you need to buy for the gecko. You won't waste more than $100, man. So today we're gonna be showing you guys what you can use to keep your gecko. If you're gonna buy a leopard gecko from the pet store, how you can set up his tank or his territorium, whatever, in a cheap way where you can spend no more than $100. So let's get it, guys. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go ahead and go to the pet store, see if they have any leopard geckos. We're gonna go ahead and ask just to verify with you guys. I can't record inside the pet store, of course. They won't allow me to, but I'm gonna use my audio. So I'm just gonna have my audio turned on with the video. And then, I'm just basically gonna ask the lady, hey, like, what do I need to set up a gecko? Of course, they're gonna tell me, oh, you're gonna need a 20-gallon tank. You're gonna need this, and that. So it's gonna be they're gonna take it to the more expensive route, But there's other ways you can care for a gecko, at least temporarily, where you can have to, where you could just spend a little bit of money to just temporarily keep the gecko inside happy. And then once you're ready to move on to a bigger surface for him, or a bigger, territorium, you can go ahead and buy the territorium after. But honestly, guys, I would really recommend for you to go to the pet store first. Go ahead and look at the geckos, ask questions on what you're gonna need to begin. Of course, you're gonna need a heating pad, you're gonna need substrate, you're gonna need the enclosure, of course. For the enclosure, I honestly would suggest, it's not the best thing you could use, but it's really highly recommended, and it's becoming really popular for leopard geckos. You can actually use a plastic tub. If you don't know what a plastic tub is, I have one right here at the bottom, actually, right there. That is a plastic tub. These tubs right here are usually great for the geckos because not only are they see-through, but you can also keep them territorial. And since they are like territorial animals, they like to be in widths and lengths, So try not to buy a plastic tub that is too long, or that is too high, or too tall. Try to buy more on the width side and on the length side, so that way your gecko can be happy, because they're gonna be, most of the time that they're gonna be spending most of the time at the bottom, just eating their food, walking through there, going and and shredding and stuff. Another thing I want to tell you guys is you do need at least three hides for your gecko. You need a warm hide, you need a cold hide, and you also need a moist hide. So the cold hide is gonna be for whenever he doesn't want to be heated anymore, and then the warm hide, you're gonna put that under the mat, under the the warm hide, you're gonna put it under the heat pad, so that way he can stay warm in there. And then whenever he wants to start shredding, or whenever he's gonna do whatever he has to do, he's gonna go to his moist hide, and then you just have his food, his calcium, and his water bowl, and that should be good. You also gotta give him a couple things so he can climb up to surfaces. He doesn't really do it though, because like I said, he stays on the lower grounds. He is territorial, and he prefers length and width than height. So go ahead and keep that in mind. I want to mention, as you guys can see, I'm in my car now, is when you do buy the tub though, the plastic tub, you are gonna need to put holes in it, since it is a cheaper way for you to keep your gecko inside. I really do suggest you use your gecko in the most efficient way you can, because it is a beautiful animal and it is cheap to get. But honestly, I do recommend for you guys to really take care of your animals, really take care of your geckos, because they can live 15 years, and if you know how to take care of it properly, it can possibly live longer. So yeah, make sure that when you do buy your plastic tub, you go ahead and add what is called holes to the sides, And just to be on the safer side, I would add extra holes on the top as well. If you're not gonna use a lid, there is not a big chance of him escaping, because like I said, leopard geckos are more of like the bottom surface. But just to be on a safer side, I would have a, what you call it, I would have to put a lid on top of the territorium, so it can just stay where it's at, and you don't have to worry about him leaving or, you know, accidentally falling out or getting out of the cage. So honestly, that's all I just want to tell you guys, you know. Like Petco, to pick up some of the things that, you know, we're gonna need for the leopard gecko to begin the setup. It had nothing, man. They had no hides. They had practically nothing for the gecko. So we're gonna go ahead and go to another pet store that I have that is close to my house, and we're gonna go ahead and see if they have anything over there. And then we're gonna stop at Target or any place where they sell the plastic bins, so we can go ahead and get you guys the plastic bins. For one baby gecko, it's really like they said, it's a suggestion. Just get like a 16-quart plastic tub. It's the best thing you can get. So I would really recommend that. On our way home now, I bought all the stuff for the gecko. I am gonna go home and set it up. I'm not gonna show my face right now, but I'm gonna go home and set up all the stuff for the gecko, and then we're gonna go ahead and go back to the pet store and buy the gecko once everything is set up. So go ahead, and I'll see you guys when I'm at home setting up the stuff, okay? All right, guys, so now I'm home. I have finally got home. I'm gonna go ahead and start with you guys. Let you guys know what I bought, so you guys can have an idea what you guys can go ahead. I bought all of this in PetSmart, by the way, and then I'm gonna head to the store once I finish setting up his tank and go and buy the gecko to Petco. I honestly, it's the closest store to me. PetSmart and Petco are the closest things to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy the leopard geckos from any of those stores. I highly recommend for you to get a digital thermometer. These is gonna be really helpful to tell you if your temperature is well. You're also gonna need reptile calcium that it has with D3. You're gonna put this on top of their food. Talking about, this is their mat. This is their heat pad. You're gonna put this on bottom of this, but make sure that you don't put this heat pad, that you don't stick it to the plastic. You're gonna have to put like a little, what you call it? You're gonna have to try to put on I recommend it honestly on glass, and then after you put it on glass, you go ahead and put this on top of the glass, and then I will just eventually do that. After that, we have, here comes, this is gonna be the water bowl, and then this is gonna be the food bowl right here. So I have the receipt here of how much I spent, so you guys don't say that I did pass over the $100 limit. I have the receipt here for proof. So yeah, this is so far everything I've bought. So I bought the heat pad, you know, the thermometer, the water dish, the, what you call it? The calcium, and then the food dish. And then the most important part of it all, here it is. This is gonna have to be the hide. So this is where he's gonna hide most of his time. He doesn't like to be out. So this is pretty much everything you're gonna be using for your gecko to begin, I guess, or to start. Now here's the receipt right there. It says total $83.12. So you spent $83.12 on all of this. This is not counting this, of course, but this was only $5.40, so that only brings it up to around $88. So it's still not past the, what you call it? It's still not past the $100 range. So we're gonna go ahead and set up this tank, show you guys how I'm gonna set it up, and then once it's ready, we're gonna go ahead and move it to, you know where. So right now I'm setting up his tank. As you can see, we have the terrarium, or the enclosure, not the enclosure, I'm sorry, like the warm hide on this side, because this is where we're gonna put the thing. We're setting up the napkins on the other side, you know, so we're hoping that works. All right guys, so this is what his little enclosure is looking for right now. This is the heat hide, the warm hide. This is gonna be the cold hide. So this is gonna be the more of the colder side of the tank. This is gonna be more of the hotter side of the tank. This is where he's gonna have his water, and that's where he's gonna have his food with his calcium. And then we're gonna add another hide, which is gonna be the moist hide. We're gonna put it around this way, and now he's gonna have enough space to walk around and do whatever he needs to do. Now what we gotta do is, after this, is we're just gonna have to put some holes around, like I said, some holes around the thing, but that's gonna happen, you know, after. So for now, we're gonna just leave that like that. We're gonna go ahead and finish preparing his thing, and then we're gonna go ahead and get to the store and buy the gecko. All right, guys, tank is finally set up. Thermometer, everything that should be in there. There are the other lid. Here are the other geckos. I don't know if you guys can see them down there. So 3 of them, babies. And then the temperature right here, you guys can see it's 86.5, so that's perfect. It should be around 77 to 85 during the day, and then it should increase up to 88 to 90 you know, during the night. So for now we're good. We're just gonna go to the store and make sure we're gonna go ahead and buy the gecko and set them up here. So let's go, man. Yo guys, so I'm getting home just about now, and guess what? I bought the baby gecko. He's here. We're gonna get home and set him up, okay? Guys, we're back at the house already. I have officially installed the gecko inside his own home. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys how I made it. So I put like a little, as you can see here, I put a little bit of a, I have the installment here for other reptiles. I only have 4 so far. This is where the main gecko is at, the large one. So this is how I set it up for him, so he won't get out during the night when I'm sleeping, and he will still have ventilation and air. But basically, I made a hole in here. What we're gonna do here is, you just practically open this right here, and then you just slide it down. It's a really easy process to do with this. It does not fall off. The baby gecko should be in here. If I'm correct, he should be inside there. I don't know if you can see him or not. So the baby gecko should be in here. Hopefully it doesn't bother him that I lift this so you guys can see him. But there he is. As you guys can see, he's in there just chilling, you know. What he's supposed to do, I guess, you know, to have fun. So like I said, there's his water bowl right there. There is his food with his calcium. That's his second hide right there, where you're gonna keep him whenever he's on the cold side. So right now he's on the warm side, and we can see the temperature is at 82.6. That's pretty good. It should be from 77 and higher, so 82.6 temperature inside of there is pretty good. We're still gonna make the moist side, so we're looking for a container. We're gonna do that once I see it. You know, I'm gonna set it up. But yeah, man, so that is pretty much how you set up your gecko tank. It's not like a permanent way. It's just a temporary way until I get him an actual cage, which is gonna be coming soon. But for now, this is pretty much all, man.